Good evening. This is Jimmy Powers greeting you for the Gillette Safety Razor Company, the maker of world-famous Gillette razors, blades, and shaving creams. We're happy to salute Canadian fans in Toronto, Ontario, and Montreal, Quebec, who are joining our television audience tonight through the facilities of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Our feature event here in Chicago Stadium is a 15-round match between Rokki Marciano and Jersey Joe Walcott for the heavyweight championship of the world. Yes, and don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock New York time, Gillette presents the Withers Stakes from Belmont Park over most NBC TV stations for racing fans here in the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you a few of the present-day stars in the ring and a few of the stars of yesteryear. Presenting at this time one of the fast-moving young welterweights now making a name for himself in the welterweight division from Robbins, Illinois, young Alan Moody. From Detroit, Michigan, youngster just made a sensational victory over Lelu Sabotin in Detroit last night, Chuck Spicer. A clever young welterweight, Jed Black. And here in the audience, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to ask them to come up and take a bow. The former world's heavyweight champion, Ezzard Charles. Ezzard Charles. And also here, ladies and gentlemen, in the audience, we'd like to ask him to come up and take a bow while we're waiting for Ezzard Charles, the former world's heavyweight champion, who fought a great title defense here in Chicago, James J. Braddock. Jimmy Braddock, come on up and take a bow. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the top contenders for the heavyweight crown, Roland LaStarza. LaStarza. And ladies and gentlemen, here with us also, a great Chicago favorite, a hometown boy, Chicago's own Johnny Bratton. Johnny Bratton. Jimmy Braddock, ladies and gentlemen, James J. Braddock. Hey, buddy. We'd like to get him up to take a bow if he's here, ladies and gentlemen. From Gary, Indiana, the former world's middleweight champion, Tony Zale. Tony Zale. Wait, Johnny, I'll introduce you again. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Bratton. Johnny Bratton, ladies and gentlemen. Is Tony here? Do you know if Tony's here?
I don't know. If he's here, he'd be back someplace in the back there.
Ring announcer Ben Bentley is looking about for more celebrities to introduce.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, making his way up to the ring. From Gary, Indiana, the man of steel, Tony Zale. Tony Zale. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, may we remind you of the no smoking rule, and may we ask your cooperation and please helping us observing this no smoking rule, which is being strictly enforced in this building. Officials, ladies and gentlemen, have been appointed here by the Illinois State Athletic Commission. The attending physicians, Dr. Irving E. Slott, Dr. John H. Pribble, the timekeeper, Fay Young, counting for the knockdowns at the bell, Mike Murphy. Your judges are William O'Connell and Franklin Spike McAdams. Your referee, Frank Sikora. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the feature presentation of the evening. 15 rounds for the World's Heavyweight Championship. From Camden, New Jersey, the challenger, wearing black trunks with a white stripe, weighing 197 3/4 pounds, the former World's Heavyweight Champion, Jersey Joe Walcott. From Brockton, Massachusetts, wearing white trunks with a black stripe, weighing 184 1/2 pounds, the World's Heavyweight Champion, Rokki Marciano. And now, ladies and gentlemen, referee Frank Sikora and the instructions for both contestants. 15 rounds, 3 more bouts to follow.
You boys received your instructions from the Illinois State Athletic Commission. I'm here to enforce them. I want a clean break at all times. No rabbit punching, no kidney punches. Be careful of your low blows. They may cost you round. In case of a knockdown, I want you to go to your furthest corner and stay there till I tell you to come out fighting. This being a championship fight, the 8 count is waived. Shake hands and come out fighting. Good luck to both of you.
Officials here, George Barton of Minneapolis, Abe Green of Patterson, New Jersey, and evidence of great interest in the people of Massachusetts. Governor Christian Herter appointed his son, State Representative Christian Herter, to represent him here tonight. James Norris, president of the IBC, also here. For the heavyweight championship of the world, this fight could end in a draw under the rules. The 8-second rule is waived, and more than 3 knockdowns in 1 round are permitted. In their last meeting, Jersey Joe Walcott started off much faster. He seems to be pacing himself here. He's a year older, of course. Sentiments of the crowd equally divided. They are very fair, cheering alternate leads. Walcott wearing his trunks very high. One minute to go in round 1. Didn't get up. Didn't get up in time. Jersey Joe is bewildered. Slow getting up. The fight is over. Rokki Marciano has a pushover win here tonight. Look at the expression of bewilderment on Jersey Joe. He thought the count was too fast. Crowd is booing. Crowd is booing. A very soft touch for Rokki Marciano here tonight. He's wearing gray trunks instead of white because of 3D. First time this fight, short as it is filmed on 3D. Now, Walcott's handlers are walking around the ring and they claim it was a fast count. We've had long counts in Chicago. Now we have what the Walcott camp believes is a fast count. Fay Young was the knockdown timekeeper. Mike Murphy was counting at the bell, and the referee, Frank Sikora, was picking up the count.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 1 minute, 25 seconds of the first round. Winner by a knockout, and still world heavyweight champion, Rokki Marciano.
Rokki Marciano wins by a knockout. And the crowd here that paid $50 for their seats are really raising Cain. A left hook, which was almost a shoving left hook, sent Jersey Joe back on his haunches. It didn't appear to be a stunning or a paralyzing blow. Walcott is still complaining. His seconds and his manager, Felix Boquicchio, is standing outside on the ring apron, haranguing the crowd and talking to the working press. Andy Frain's very able ushers are in here, keeping the semblance of order. Walcott shaking his hand and shaking his head. He was very nonchalant about getting up because he didn't start to get his knees flexed until the count of 9. He was still sitting there, apparently resting. He started off very slowly, and he just took a chance, and he missed out by a second. As soon as the count of 10 was reached, and I'm sure the movies will show that Walcott still had his gloves touching the canvas, and he was in the act of attempting to rise, but he definitely was not clear of the canvas, and so there was nothing for the referee to do but declare it a knockout. That's Boquicchio in the center there with an expressive shrug. There's a lot of jostling going on. You might see a better fight now than you did at the start. Here comes a police sergeant in and a captain. Well, there you are, one of the strangest and certainly one of the most controversial endings. Walcott feels that he was deprived of a fair chance to get up. But 10 seconds are 10 seconds in any language. Rokki Marciano's well-wishers saying it wasn't your fault, Rokki. You didn't do the counting, you just did the hitting. So in the first round here, Rokki Marciano in a rather tumultuous finish here, that is, the tumultuous finish followed the knockout when Jersey Joe was tardy in arising. The old boy was taking it a little, not too nonchalant, I believe. He was very relaxed and just didn't make it at the count of 10. Now, don't go away. We'll have another bout in a very few moments. And remember, fans, every Friday night is fight night on the Gillette Cavalcade of Sports.